Welcome to my YouTube channel, Zona de Guerra YT. Prologue. The Island at the Edge. The land we now call the United Kingdom was never quiet. Beneath its calm countryside and cobbled streets lie scars of centuries-old battles where foreign empires landed. Kings clashed and people rose up. These zones of war, or ZONA, shaped the identity, borders, and soul of Britain. Chapter 1. Roman. Invasion. The first foreign zona. 43–410 AD. In 43 AD, the Roman Empire landed on British shores under Emperor Claudius. The native Celtic tribes fiercely resisted, especially under the warrior queen Boudicca, who led a massive revolt. Towns like Londinium, London, and Colchester were burned. This zone of war stretched across southern Britain, marked by fortresses. Rhodes and Hadrian's Wall, built to keep out the unconquered Picts in the north. Chapter 2. Viking raids. Coastal zona. 800s AD. In the 9th century, the island faced a new threat: Vikings from Scandinavia. Their longships brought terror to York, East Anglia, and Wessex. The Danelaw was established, a Viking-controlled zone across eastern England. But English kings like Alfred the Great fought back, reclaiming land and uniting the kingdoms, a major step toward a single English identity. Chapter 3. The Norman Conquest. Battle Zona, 1066. In 1066, William the Conqueror invaded from Normandy. The Battle of Hastings was brutal and decisive. King Harold II was killed, and England fell under Norman rule. A new war zone emerged. Castles were built across England to control the native population. This transformed English politics, language, and society. Chapter 4. Rebellion and Civil War. Internal Zona. 1135–1649. From the anarchy, a 12-year civil war in the 1100s, to the Wars of the Roses, York versus Lancaster, much of medieval England was a patchwork of civil war zones. Towns like Towton, Tewkesbury, and Bosworth became famous battlegrounds. In the 1600s, Britain faced its most ideological war: Royalists versus parliamentarians during the English Civil War. Cities like Oxford and Bristol were divided and fortified. In 1649, King Charles I was executed. The monarchy fell, briefly replaced by a republic under Oliver Cromwell. Chapter 5. Jacobite uprisings. Highland Zona. 6–8–1746. After the Glorious Revolution, supporters of the old Catholic monarchy, the Jacobites, rebelled in Scotland. The most famous uprising, led by Bonnie Prince Charlie, ended in blood at the Battle of Culloden in 1746. The Highlands were turned into a war zone. British forces burned villages and banned Highland dress and weapons, trying to crush rebellion through culture. Chapter 6. Empire and Industrial Conflict. 1800s–1900s. While the UK expanded its empire abroad, conflict still simmered at home. Irish uprisings turned cities like Dublin into war zones during the 1916 Easter Rising. During the Industrial Revolution, the British government sent troops to suppress protests and labor strikes. Zones of unrest now shifted from fields to factories. Chapter 7. The World Wars. Total War Zona, 1914 and 1945. World War I, 1914–1918. Though most fighting was in France, Britain was transformed. Cities became supply hubs. Air raids hit London and coastal towns. Over 700,000 British soldiers died in muddy trenches. World War II, 1939–1945. This was the UK's most dangerous era. The Blitz, 1940–41. German bombs fell nightly on London, Coventry, Liverpool, and more. Civilians lived in shelters. Children were evacuated. Winston Churchill declared, "We shall never surrender." Entire cities became war zones. Not just soldiers, but shopkeepers, children, and mothers fought for survival. Chapter 8. The Troubles. Political Zona. 1969–1998. In Northern Ireland, religious and political tensions erupted into daily violence between Unionists, mostly Protestant, and Nationalists, mostly Catholic. Bombings, shootings, and riots plagued Belfast and Derry. British troops patrolled the streets. Over 3,500 people were killed in this long internal conflict. Peace came only after the Good Friday Agreement in 1998. Epilogue: Peace built on battle. The war zones of the United Kingdom, ancient and modern, left deep marks. Castles still tower over green hills. Poppy flowers bloom where soldiers once fell. Each battle shaped not only borders, but the very values of the UK: resilience, democracy, and unity in diversity. Though today's Britain may seem peaceful, it walks on the echoes of its ZONA, the conflict zones that forged a nation from centuries of fire and courage.